I wanted to take some time to hear from you and answer questions you might have on IT fundamentals or computer literacy. So that's why we put together these Ask Me Anything episodes. My friend Aaron is going to ask questions about stuff in this chapter from viewers like you. I also want to hear from you as well. My email is at the end of the episode. Ask me anything.
Dan from Mountain View, California was wondering, do I need to buy a compatible external hard drive for my Mac?
Good question, Dan. If you ask Apple, they'd say yes, come to the Apple Store and buy one of our fancy, expensive ones. But the true answer is no.
Okay.
The hard drive technology and how the files and stuff are saved on the external hard drives is pretty much the same. They act like thumb drives on steroids. You just plug them into a USB port on your laptop or on your desktop computer. That's where you get some differences, though. USB, there are a bunch of different standards, and depending on which kind of device you have and what standard they're capable of running, whether it's USB 2 or USB 3 or 3.1, it matters which port you connect that USB device to. So for example, if you take I just bought a fancy USB 3 terabyte external hard drive, and I plug it into my black USB port, it's going to run at a whopping 12 megabits per second.
Oh, no.
No, exactly, right? If I unplug it and plug it into a blue port, it'll run at 5 gigabits per second. So the difference is astonishing depending on which port you plug it into. The latest USB connectors, USB 3.1 and USB Type-C connectors, that's going to give you the biggest bang for your buck. So if you have that on your computer, get that kind of device and it'll run, what, 10 gigabits per second? So really great data transfer rates.
Good to know. Okay. Terry from Cherryhurst, New York asks, what's the difference between CD, DVD, and Blu-ray?
The biggest difference is capacity. CDs are going to give you, up to 700 megabytes of storage space. DVDs are 4.7 gigabytes or maybe 9 gigabytes, depending on the type of DVD. Blu-ray is going to give you the most space at 50 gigabytes of storage. It's still pretty tiny compared to any kind of hard drive.
Wow, okay. So I'm going to buy a new PC. Should I buy an external hard drive or a solid state drive?
Okay, that's a good question. And it boils down to two things. How much money do you have?
Of course.
No, really. No, I'm kidding. How much money you have and are willing to spend, and the needs of that computer. A hard drive is your standard storage, and it's been around for a long time. So you're going to get the most capacity for the lowest amount of money when you go with a hard disk drive.
Okay.
Performance-wise, an SSD will blow hard drives away. I mean, it's astonishing the difference. So if you can afford an SSD and get one big enough for your needs, then SSD is definitely the way to go.
I see. Okay. Also, I had my family movies converted to digital, and it's huge. What can I do to be able to share like a terabyte of information, of data with my family?
And your family's all located here? Or?
Oh, no. All over.
Okay. Terabyte, huh? You could put it on some kind of removable media, like Blu-ray discs, but a terabyte is going to be, that's a lot of discs, right?
Yeah.
And you'd have to print discs for every family member, 50 discs to send to Aunt Susan and another 50 to send to Uncle Bill. Right, yeah, right. And what if you want to change things, right? As you're going through your movies.
You get more.
Yeah. So you could do external hard drives, right? Go buy. How many family members do you have?
Too many to count.
Okay, all right. So the hard drive, that would add up pretty fast.
Yeah.
An alternative is you could go with the cloud. You could go with external storage. Like there are different companies like Dropbox or Amazon that enable you to put stuff online and then share that stuff with friends and family.
Okay.
So that's cool. The key here, though, is storage costs money, however you're going to do it. So if you are using one of the online services, they have servers set up, fancy computers set up to house all these different drives, and of course that costs them money, right? And so they charge you money.
Right.
So they will charge you a monthly fee to be able to store that much stuff up in the cloud. A completely different option is to go with, do you have high-speed internet?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. So you could get what's called a network attached storage, or NAS device. This is a 2, 3, 4, 6 hard drive machine that is special. A NAS is more than just a backup hard drive because it comes with smarts. It's internet aware. It has its own operating system.
Wow.
So you can do things like you could store all of the movies and stuff on this network attached storage, plug it into your network, set up accounts, and then send that account information, the login information, to your friends and family.
I like that idea.
Right? Because that would be very cool. They could just log in using the high-speed internet that you already pay for
Right.
as your connection.
That sounds perfect.
Yeah, so the only drawback to doing the NAS as opposed to doing online storage is, where do you live?
In Houston.
Houston. Okay, so what's our natural disaster here?
Hurricanes.
Yeah. So what happens if a hurricane comes and your house is a little wet?
I don't know, but I don't want to lose everything.
Right. Okay. So that means you need to have some kind of external backup. So whether it's making one copy on a terabyte hard drive and mailing that to your Aunt Susan,
Yeah.
right? Just so there's another copy somewhere out for the family. So that would be good.
Okay, well, that sounds good to me.
Excellent.
That's it for Chapter 4. Thank you.
Wow. Thank you, Erin. And thank you. Ask me anything.